Hey guys, how's it going? It's Junior and Chill here. Today we're gonna do a video for Punishing Gray Raven. The game just came out, so we're gonna do beginner guide. I'm gonna get all the little things you're gonna be asking, kind of like all just in one video, you know what I'm saying? So first things first, I know a lot of people are gonna ask this all the time, reroll guide. This game doesn't require you really to reroll. You can if you really want to. And some people are going to like, hey, I'm gonna reroll until I get an S rank character. Some people are like, hey, I want to get 2 S rank characters. They're all crazy, but it's okay. You guys can just do what you want to do. But like most people that have been playing this game on China for over 2 years now, right? Or on JP for about 8 months now, they really didn't find that there's a need in this game to reroll. Just kind of pick the character you like. You're like, hey man, this one looks really cool. Maybe they got really cool skins coming up. There's a ton of videos on there about people have like showcases of all the skins that you can get in the game. Look at that kind of stuff. And then you have 6 characters you can choose from. They're all gonna be like pretty good choices. You're gonna have like a tank class, you're gonna have a healer class, and then there's a couple of DPS in there, and they're all great. They're all great. So choose the ones that you would like to play. There's I believe it's like three characters like Karen Nina. There is going to be Liv. You're gonna get the S rank version of her. You can get Lee if you really want to. You can get Kamui if you really want to, or you can get Nanami. These are characters that everybody kind of goes through and they're like, hey man, I really like the look of this character. I really like kind of like how their playstyle is. Or you can just like do it. Some people are doing it or waiting a little bit later to use your particular S rank selector ticket that you're going to be getting, where you can choose which character you want. And then they'll do like the first 40 roll and they'll see like, hey, I got this S rank. Let me select this other one and go from there. So like this game doesn't really need a reroll as much, because it's not really the character dependent for you to get through content in this game, which is kind of nice. A little different from other games. I know it's very stressful. People want to reroll for 10 hours. I don't want to harp on this too long. You can reroll if you really want to. If you don't want to, it's fine. You're completely fine. One other thing I want to bring up too, another reason why people think this game is really great, and that's why people don't worry about rerolls that much, is because you can do things like select what your banner is actually going to be. You can actually go over here and change the set. You can actually be like, hey, I want to have this particular weapon, and then that's going to be your pool right there. You're going to most likely get one of these two. You're either going to 5-star or 4-star out of this. And then later on, a little bit later on, not right now at launch, we don't have it yet, but like a little bit like pretty soon, we're going to get a thing where you can select which A rank you're going to get. And also when you're on S rank banners, it'll let you know like, hey man, you're going to get this character. So these are actually like really, really cool like mechanics that they put in just for the gacha to make it a lot easier. So now that we knocked out that reroll thing out first right off the bat, we can move on from there. Now, when you start this game, guys, there's going to be some like interesting things that, there's like a ton of stuff they're trying to give you. Okay, so as soon as you start the game, the way this game works is the further you get in the story, more stuff opens up. You're not going to get your dailies, you're not going to get your weeklies, you're not going to get your bonus login event stuff until you play a little bit of the story, and it's actually going to get you a little bit through the game. And you get a little bit further in there, right? And it's gonna then I can tell you like, hey, now you can do like a login event for Bianca. All I gotta do is log in 7 days and you get the A rank character Bianca. She's actually pretty cool. She's a bow and arrow user. You also will get a couple shards for other characters, so you can potentially get those too. You'll get a couple of cards, like the memory cards. These are actually like really strong. They're 5 stars. And then of course, there's a second 7-day login where you can get Bianca's like costume, whatnot, which doesn't give you stats or nothing like that, but it's a cool costume that you can get. And then a couple of singles right here, and then a couple more of 5-star memories, which are really good. So these are things that you can get right off the bat as soon as you start playing. It's just they make it very simple for you. Of course, there's like if you spend $1, you can get this like particular skin for the main character. It's not this one right here. This is the pre-register one, but you can actually get a different skin for her, which is this raincoat one. And you'll get this red sword, which is a 5-star sword. Literally just spend $1, which allows you to also go into the store, and for $1 gets you 5 rainbow credits. You can use those 5 rainbow credits to buy. There's a 5 rainbow credit pack in the store, which gives you a single every day for 10 days. You can like save it up for later if you really want to. You can use it every single day. You can do a single every day. It's really up to you. But if you're going to spend $1, you get kind of a lot out of it. You get a 10 pull, which is a guaranteed A rank. You get a 5-star weapon, and you get a costume for your main character, which is kind of cool. Now, You'll be able, as soon as you get like through a little bit of the story, you'll unlock things like the novice missions. Novice missions are great. They're going to be a daily login kind of thing. Like every day there's going to be a bunch of missions where it's like, hey, do all these things, go in there, see whatever missions you have left over. Like I already did a bunch of them on day 2 already, and just kind of go through them. This will give you 5-star memory cards with like Voltaire. You'll also get, I believe, Mozart stuff. Yes, you got Mozart. Those are both really good card sets you can get to add to your characters. You'll also get a weapon for Nanami, and you'll get a costume for Nanami also. So it's actually kind of cool. On China and JP, we don't get the costume over there. You just get only the weapon and then the cards. So it's actually like a little bit extra to added. Of course, they added 20 more points for the goal, but that's cool. There's plenty of like daily things you can do. Pretty easy stuff. It's like level up a character to 10, log in 3 times this week, get your account to level 30, level 40, level 50, like stuff like that. It's like really simple stuff that it's like you can just knock out real fast. Also, if you're ever wondering like, hey, what do I do besides pushing through the story, we'll have these missions, right? You have a bunch of story missions. It'll tell you like, hey, get through the story, and then also like upgrade shit, like your memories up to this level, get a weapon up to this level, overclock a character, which means like pretty much limit breaking the character, or not the character, but the weapon or the memory. And then it has a whole bunch of stuff like that, or promote the character, so you can, it's kind of like putting awakenings on the characters and whatnot. It's gonna give you a whole bunch of stuff. And of course, you'll have this bottom scroll bar. Every chapter that you go through, it'll tell you like things you'll unlock. So like later on in this chapter that I'm in currently, I'll unlock Phantom Pain Cage, which is like a kind of like a weekly like little boss fight you do, which is kind of cool. You get a bunch of rewards for it. Really worth it. And you have your dailies over here, where you'll get a bunch of supply stuff. You get like XP for your account, all the other nice stuff. And you also have your weeklies, which I think if you do all the weeklies, it's like 1,000 black cards. Black cards are something that you use to either do summons on like special banners, or like regular banners if you really want to. I wouldn't recommend on regular banners. I would do unlimited ones. And you can also use it for weapon banners if you really want to do that, or you can use it for refreshes or buy other stuff in the store. There's a shop in the game. You can actually buy some like pretty neat stuff with it, and you do get like 1,000 a week just from doing like the Phantom Pain and Warzone. And then like also you have daily crap and like, you know, all these little other goals, login stuff. So you'll get a bunch of it. And of course there's like other things that wants you to do, like bounty missions, which you may get either like the blue cards in them, which are for the regular banner summoning thing. So these are all things that you'll get going through the game. Very simple, straightforward stuff. These right here are all refreshes for your stamina. I heard people really were having trouble with stamina. I haven't encountered it personally yet, and I've been playing this game so much. I played it on JP, I'm also playing it on global. I always have a ton of stamina, but then again, I also don't try to farm 17 hours a day. So I only play like 4 or 5 hours a day. If you're trying to play only like 4 or 5 hours a day, you should have plenty of stamina for that. So don't worry about it too much. Now, in this game, a little bit further, another thing that you'll get is you'll have like these resources over here. Every single character, you'll be able to like farm out stuff. You'll have like stuff to get better memories. You can actually like literally farm memory drops. You can get 5 stars and later on get like higher stuff, like higher rarity, or better like chance of getting higher rarity. Just straight up farm cards, which is awesome. You'll be able to farm mats for your cards, like to upgrade your cards and your weapons in the same place. There's like varying like drop rates, obviously. But you can also trade in stuff for other things, which is kind of cool in the shop. You also have your overclock materials, which overclocking, all that means really is just like you're taking your weapon, you're limit breaking your weapon, you're taking your memories, you're limit breaking your memories, which is like equipment in this game. And that's kind of like you just use those things for that. You'll also have your character XP, which you don't have to farm a ton unless you like are building a bunch of characters, which I don't recommend you build a bunch of characters. You should build only like 3 at the start and kind of like go from there later on. And you can farm cogs, which is pretty much like gold in like other games. Very important. This is probably your most important farm in the whole game, because you can buy nearly everything straight up with regular money. It's amazing. So let me show you something really cool. So we're going on to the next thing. So you have this thing, it's a shop, right? You have your supply shop, you have your cog factory, you have your coating shop, which is pretty much skins in this game. They're called coatings. You either use blueprints, which you get from your dorms, or you use rainbow card, which is straight up cash. You have the exchange shop. So if you have too much of certain things, you can trade them for other stuff. pretty nice. So if you overfarm one thing, you're like, man, I really wish I had more of this other like the rocks, whatever, just trade in like the little like cylinder things for the rocks. Really great. You also have the recycle shop. So if you get to the point where like maybe you're like spending money, or maybe you've just been playing for a long time and you keep on getting dupes of the same thing you don't need, you can literally like trash or like recycle the item, and then it'll give you currency to straight up buy whatever you want to get. So you're like, hey, I got too many of this 5-star weapon, whatever, because you get this from like that $1 thing. You'll probably pull some more later on too. And you can literally just take this, trash whatever ones you don't want, and then just buy whatever other one you want to get. That's really, really cool. It works for memories, the weapons, all the way up to 6-star, which is the highest rarity in the game. Really amazing. Now, speaking of the highest rarity in the game, you have the cog factory, which is the straight farm that you can do, which is your money, your gold. Notice how you can straight up buy 6 stars. It is super good. You have things like Hannah, which is like one of the most popular DPS cards that you can get. So you want to get probably like either a 2 or like a couple of those, so that you can use those for like a lot of your characters you're building. And also Heisen is pretty popular for very particular like characters you're going to be having in this game. So definitely there's quite a few lists out there. I'll have them in my Discord and whatnot, and I'll probably put one in the link in the description. But you can straight up go just buy what you need to get. So generally you just want to like farm like 1.2 million cogs, which sounds like a lot, but it's like, if you, most of the time you're not gonna have a bunch of stuff to do or push a bunch of story, you can sit there and just be like, hey, I'm just gonna straight up farm money, and you can just right away buy stuff. Money is super important. You need it for buying stuff in the store, you need it for upgrading your characters, you need it for awakening your characters, you need it to upgrade your weapons, limit break, overclock your weapons, you need it for your cards, which is your memories, right? You also need it for overclocking your memories. Everything in this game is going to cost this currency, and it's really nice that like not only is everything cost that, which is kind of rough, but also you could straight up buy all the stuff you need to make your account just straight up stronger, straight up by farming literally one thing. So you're just like, hey, I want to knock this out. The nice thing is, in the future, like right now at the moment, you can't like auto farm it. There's game is manual, so you can't really auto farm their money yet, but a lot of the fights are so easy that you can like, I generally beat the fights in like 4 or 5 seconds. If you just get the right card, like the right ping lineup, you can immediately just clear the whole fight. It's super, super easy. But later on in like a couple of patches, like every month is a new patch, and a couple of patches from now, we're going to get auto farming, which literally it's just a skip ticket, or not ticket, but you just like push the button, hey, I want to farm this 7 times. It'll instantly farm 7 times. You can move on with your life. So the moment, like a lot of your playtime is going to be like a little bit longer. Later on, once everybody's kind of like settled into the game, you're kind of doing other stuff, they're going to make it super fast. You can immediately, instantly farm stuff. And like I said, I recommend farming to buy these things. These are amazing. Your account is going to get so strong off of it. Of course, as soon as we get the event shop later on, you'll be able to buy these like special event cards. Like for Christmas, there's a Christmas event card set. So pay attention for that in the future. That Christmas set is super good, like really good. And you can farm it straight up from the event. You can buy it from the store. You don't have to like worry about, oh, is it gonna drop? All that kind of crap. You just literally get what you want to get. So really, really, really great. Next thing I want to bring up for everybody is later on, you're gonna get a challenge modes unlocked. So when you get further in the story, at some point in time, it's going to unlock challenge modes. You're gonna have Celica's class. All right. Celica's class is gonna teach you all the basic battle stuff. And not only is it just the basic battle stuff, it's some of the battle stuff that's going to help you out tremendously later on. So on my JP account, I am significantly further in the game than my character's power dictates. It's because of stuff that I learned in this particular stuff. You have like extreme dodge, which puts you into matrix mode. Literally just bullet, you know, like the slowed down bullet time kind of thing you see in a lot of games where you dodge. You have like swap dodge mechanics where you like swap characters in and dodge and you get like buffs off of that. You have QTE, which is pretty much like you tag, like a tag ability. So if you use triple ping for your abilities, which it teaches you in ping techniques, you will be able to proc QTEs, which means like literally you'll be fighting, you can tag somebody else in. They also do a combo like along you fighting, and you just do a ton of damage. So these are like little like things that I use to clear content that's literally like thousands of levels, like power level above my characters, purely because you can learn this. So this is a very skill-based game, and like a lot of like, I know there's a lot of different types of builds and stuff like that, but like I just use a brain dead like all DPS team. Like I literally use 3 assault units and use the main character as my main character, like as the leader, and I get a 10% buff, and I just like brute force through the whole game. So far it's working, so far so good. I'm like 8 chapters in out of 12 currently on JP. This is like currently the global account right here. I'm kind of like replicating the whole thing, and yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Also, if you want to learn like more in-depth combos for like each particular character, like say if I like say Lucia right here, it will teach me exactly like her best combos. So if you go through this like these like little missions right here, it'll teach you for your characters that you're using, and also pay you out a little bit, which is nice. It'll teach you like your best combos that you can use. So if you use that like information together with the basic battle information you get from the classes, whatever, you're going to do great. And you're like also maybe wondering, Junior, why would I do these classes besides learning stuff? You're going to get access to 5-star memories super early in the game for free. Some easy, and also you'll be able to get some pulling currency, right? Some black cards. And you get shards for the main character, so you can actually turn her into an A rank. So I recommend the second you get this unlocked, just do it all. Like it's gonna take you like 5 minutes, go through here, do all the basic battle things, knock it all out. You'll be able to turn your main character into an A rank, which gives her like a really good power spike. And you'll have 6 5-star cards that you'll have to add to your party, which like I use. So if you look at my team right here, I have my main 3 people. I do like level up every once in a while, like a little bit of these guys, because there are some missions that are like, it tells you like, hey, you need to have like so many characters leveled up. I'm like, okay, fine. So I level up those characters, but mainly I'm spending all of my resources on 3 characters. And I did the same thing on JP, where like I literally went through 7-8 chapters of the game where I'm focusing on 3 characters. The only time that will change slightly for you is when you open up the pain cage. Pain cage is going to require you to like use a bunch of characters, but you don't have to go ham on like loading up a bunch of characters. You can literally like build like you can build those 3 main characters, and you can split them up into the 3 different teams and just level up other characters that you have and fill them in. That's kind of like the super like sneaky tactic right there they can use to kind of like cheese power, because you really just need 1 OP character in every team for like a lot of this content. So pretty much I use like, you know, I get these 3 guys like leveled up, get them all like stacked up whatnot with their power and whatnot, and then I send them in and like I use like the other characters that are just there for tag moves and to give me like buffs and stuff like that. So that's kind of like all they're really there for. I just have the main characters. That's why I run 3 attack units, right? If you notice, they're all assault type or attacker type. And that's kind of like why I run those. So that's like my pro tip to you guys. You can use it if you would like to. I know there's a bunch of other guys with all the other things. This works perfectly for me. It hasn't really failed at all for me. Been able to do everything I wanted to do. Now, you're going to notice here that I have like 2 Ikes here, and then I have 2 Affies, or 4 Ikes and 2 Affies. So in this game, there are 2-piece sets and 4-piece sets. So, and then like rarely, there's like, I think I've seen 1 card set that's a 6-piece set. That card set's crazy. It's a 6-star set. But like, generally you just need like the 4 and the 2, right? And then you'll get, since you're gonna get these sets guaranteed, you can actually take, like you're gonna have guaranteed 2 characters set up. And then you just need to get like more cards for the 3rd character, which you'll get by doing all those missions that I told you about earlier, all the novice missions, all of the like extra missions that's like telling you like, hey, make sure you do all these things besides doing chapters. You'll have all 3 characters on 5-star cards. So I don't recommend building up the green ones. I don't recommend building up the blue cards. Like you can just use the pink cards, which is the 4-star cards, to kind of like just like put them on there. Don't level them up. Just like literally just put them on there, level 1, slap them on, you're good to go. And you'll have enough power on your characters to kind of like push you through all the content. And then like as soon as you start getting all these 5-star sets, start leveling them up. That's gonna be like your best bet, okay? Like that's my recommendation. When you start like getting like those 5 stars, you can start leveling them up, getting those sets together, and then like put them on your characters. And then like eventually you'll start getting 6-star cards. Like I have this one right here ready to go pretty much when I get the other piece of it. And this Darwin set's amazing. You get it from doing a free mission. So so it's really, really good. The other thing you can do too, like for your characters, if you have S ranks, they're gonna get 3-star weapons, or like a lot of them are gonna get 3-star weapons. You can level them up. It's okay. It's completely fine. You don't have to spend money on like 4-star weapons. I would like more say focus on getting cards But like if you do get a couple of very powerful weapons, use those weapons and just like level the crap out of them, especially the 5 stars that you're gonna get. And the 4 stars you can kind of like level up a little bit too. But like I have a bunch of 5-star weapons that like I'm not using all the time, but like I know they're very strong. Like say if I was stuck with using live, I'm completely fine with that because I get the 5-star weapon on day 2. So you just take that kind of stuff, level it up. Your weapons will carry your character. Like I can put like almost like a completely blank character, slap a really strong weapon on them, and I'm great. I'm doing great. So know that. Besides that, you're gonna get a lot of different kind of like materials. You're gonna have upgrade. You're gonna have like these XP pots, which by the way, XP carries over. So if I over level it, like see I have 651 extra XP here. As soon as my account levels up, my character will level up with that plus that whatever extra XP. So if like I loaded on one of like the XL pods, which is like 20,000 XP or something like that, I'm guaranteed to level up like the next 6 levels. I'm completely fine. I don't have to worry about any lost XP. So don't worry about that kind of stuff. I only rank up the characters that are my main characters, and evolving them, you only get like when you get dupes of the characters, you use them to evolve. So you pretty much has a bunch of like little spots right here. You'll put X amount of shards into that spot. That's how you get a little extra attack, a little extra defense, whatever the stat is. Then you'll have like your skills. You can upgrade your skills. Most definitely the difference between upgrading your skills and not upgrading your skills is extremely noticeable. So if you're like, man, I ain't doing crap, and then like you check what you did on your character, like, oh man, I forgot to do skills, you'll know you forgot skills. Like it's super apparent. So make sure you guys are doing those, and then also getting your passives and your active skills set up so that you could have like a lot of good stuff going on. We don't have this currently in the game, but like later on we're gonna get guilds, and there's like these like different type of energies that we're using currently. These will play more of a factor when we get guilds. Higher level guilds will be able to pay in to their skill, like their collective skills for the whole guild, and like you can just straight up like raw like raise stats of everybody. You can like raise everybody's like ice damage, fire damage and resistance. You can raise like nuclear damage and resistance, all that kind of stuff like that. Like all those things can be raised through your guild when we get it later. We don't have it just yet. If you watch this video later on and your guild's already out, then well, there you go, you can use that too. So pay attention to those kind of things in the future, but at the moment it's not very important. Those are like little things you can squeeze out a bunch of stuff. Also, don't forget that you have achievements here. These right here will just give you extra currencies for doing a bunch of stuff. And if you're ever like wondering like, hey, what should I do? Well, there you go. You have a list of things you can kind of like look at and see what kind of things you can achieve. And then if you're trying to get very particular like rewards, whatnot, you just, hunt them down and you'll be like, hey man, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. And just do those things. Or if it like right here, it's like asking you like, hey man, complete this many main stages. Okay, cool. I can go set that up. I can get this currency right here, which I can use to buy 5-star weapons. You know what I'm saying? So you have like a bunch of stuff. It's going to direct you in a certain way. And like, it's actually a very cool feature they can utilize. So we already went over the characters themselves, like the reroll stuff. We went over the missions, we went over the novice mission stuff, and then we went over some battle stuff. But there's one more thing I wanted to go into the challenge section. 2 more things actually I want to go show you in the challenge section. One of them is Warzone. Warzone, you do this every day, okay? You're gonna go in here, and what you're gonna do is you're going, when you get this later on in the game, it's gonna be quite a bit in there. But when you get into this right here, you want to go in here and just knock out the first 2 and then immediately go to the highest point value one, like the 3rd one. And it has like, the better you do, the more points you get. Now, this right here is an achievement in the game and a weekly achievement. So pay attention to that. Make sure you're like, if you can like squeeze out as much like extra damage as you possibly can, do that. Keep on doing it. Like, like level up your characters a little bit, level up your cards a little bit, level up your weapons, and come back and be like, oh yeah, let me make sure I do this. It resets every week, okay? So make sure you guys are doing this. And then every day I'll get another unlock. Like today I got this unlock. Tomorrow I can unlock the other one. I can go over there and there's gonna be other spots that are gonna open up on the map, and I can just go there and try them too, and it adds to my total points. Okay, and so you can use all of that to do your weekly achievements. It's going to help you out a ton. So make sure you guys always come back to this when you unlock this, and there is a shop for it too. So you're going to get like little currencies from that. So make sure you guys are doing that. Also, there is a thing called Memory Rescue. Memory Rescue is like a little like side story thing. It's kind of funny. Ain't gonna lie, I was kind of laughing about it. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it's one of those like definite like meme thing like meme themes. It's in the game. Like, pay attention to the stories. I was kind of like cracking up about it because like I skipped in Japanese because I wasn't going to translate it. Then I read it in English. I'm like, wow, this is so stupid, and we're just like laughing about it. So I've been taking screenshots about it. Really great. So I hope you guys enjoy that side story. Now, don't be scared. It's going to tell you like crazy stuff like, oh, you got to be level 50, you got to be level 60 on your account. And I'm like, I'm not level 55 yet, but I've already completed this. You see what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of it's skill-based kind of things. Now, you'll notice here, the rewards you're going to get is going to give you more 5 stars. You can get 1 star set. So, and you're also going to get the other girl set with this girl, Samantha. So you're going to get the 1 star Samantha set, and then you're also going to get the Richelieu and Ike pieces. So make sure you guys are going through this. Knock out these things. Some of the fights are really easy, some of them are like kind of hard, so you might have to try out a couple of different things, maybe different configurations of your team, or maybe who you're starting with first and whatnot, and like maybe positioning. So they're not that hard, they're not super hard, but like it might take a little bit more time than you really want to, but it's completely fine. It's totally worth it because you're gonna get 5-star memories, and then also when you finish this thing, you're gonna get Darwin pieces, and this is right here. This is where it's at. This is so much power, okay, for your account. You definitely want to get these free 6-star things where you don't have to really farm anything. You just go through this as you get more power. You're like, hey man, I leveled up a couple times. I got my stuff a little bit more powerful. Let me go try some more memory rescues. Make sure you guys come here periodically and just start knocking these out. These are all stories about characters that are part of the memories that you're actually using, which is kind of cool. So you get an idea of like what the personality is of the items that you're equipping to the characters. Kind of dope. It's kind of pretty cool. So make sure you guys are coming back here. These are the big things, and later on you get Pain Cage and then Golden Vortex, which Golden Vortex I haven't touched yet, so I couldn't even tell you. But Pain Cage is the thing where like you're gonna need more characters because you only get 5 charges of a character a week. So, and there's a ton of maps to fight, so you're gonna want like eventually quite a few characters built up so that you can kind of like go through a lot of these challenges. Also, another thing that we have currently is right now we have an event. It doesn't unlock until 35, so don't like super sweat it. But it's kind of weird. Like this one is like a timed one. Like it has 2 times a day that you can do it. Later on, I don't remember those happening anymore later. So that's kind of like an early game development thing. Now, another thing that you'll be getting also is going to be interludes. Make sure you're doing these. These are like little extra stories. You're going to get a ton of these later on, and you're going to be like tied together with events later. So like every time a new character comes out in the future, they're going to have an interlude. Like you're going to have like when Alpha comes out, you're going to have one when like Rosette comes out, when Vera comes out. All those characters, when they come out later on, you're going to have an interlude with them. Do the interlude. It's literally just like watch like 4 or 5 cutscenes and then like 1 or 2 fights, and then you get free stuff, like a ton of free stuff. So it's great. So make sure you guys are going through that. Now, besides all those things, I think I went through everything. If you're wondering where your select ticket is going to come out, guys, it's going to be in this item section. It's going to be in the materials section, and you're gonna have a button. It's literally going to be like, boom, right here. I have Hannah memory, for example. Hey, I get Hannah memory number 2. Let me go use that. Boom, now I got a 6-star. So make sure you guys, if you get these things, make sure you guys are using them. You're collecting them, because otherwise you won't get it, right? So, and then also you'll do the same thing with your S rank selector. It'll be in here. If you ever get an A rank selector later on, which a couple times you'll get those, coming back into this bag and like go ahead and click on it, and you'll get that thing rewarded to you. It's gonna help you out 800. Okay, so those are all different things. Make sure you guys are adding friends. Friends can give you, guys can give each other money, which is really cool. And you can collect money 10 times a day. So you claim all 10. You can also mass deliver to everybody. So make sure you guys are adding each other up. If you guys need friends, like I said, pop in a Discord. You guys can add some people in there. Now, one other thing, I think is the last thing. I'm pretty sure it's the last thing. I'm pretty sure it is. But one of the last things is the dorms. This won't come for quite a while. You will not see this. Like, you're going to go very far in the game. You're like, wow, when is dorms coming up? It's going to be like somewhere at the end of chapter 3 or something like that. Like when you hit like chapter 4. You're gonna get dorms. When you get dorms, all it really is you're gonna have like a dorm area. It has a bunch of themes. You can buy like some kind of cool stuff for it. You're gonna get a bunch of free things, like also from like the pre-register stuff. So it's actually really cool. All the stuff in there. You're gonna have a bunch of your characters in there. You can give them head pats and be like, hey man, he really wants head pats, and I can go over here and you can head pat your characters 3 times a day each. Make sure you guys go through each character, give them some head pats, and it makes their happiness go up. And sometimes they give you gifts, which you can use to upgrade their affinity. So really good stuff. Maybe they want to do something like this one wants to sit on the couch. Let me put her on the couch. Boom, she's happy. And then, you know, you can get like, these are dorm events. So, and then like, there's like other things you can do in here. You can like buy stuff. You can build things. You can actually just straight up go in here and just like pick something and you can just build stuff. It's just going to help you build up your comfort levels, right? Or you can take a thing that you already have, if it's like in your storage, and you can modify it to something new. So those are all like little things you can do. It's not like super intensive, but like you do get currency from doing this. And the currency is like kind of like where it's at though, because you're gonna have a shop where you'll be able to buy like residence permits, or you can buy coding sketches. And coding sketches is literally what you need to make costumes. So if you're trying to, wrong shop, if you're trying to create these costumes like these, like hey, you went to school uniform, for example, you need those codings. You're gonna need a lot, like a 450, I think, or something like that, of these coding sketches to trade in coding blueprints to trade in for these. So you're gonna need a lot of these sketches to get a lot of these to do this. It's a long haul thing, okay guys? It's just like something extra to do every day on your daily logins. Like, oh, I can do the costume. So don't worry about too much. There will be other events where like you can just straight up do an event and get skins. The very first event in the game has a skin for Karenina. You can get her Bloody Love outfit. Pretty awesome outfit. And later on in the game, they're going to add weapon skins too. So you'll be able to get weapon skins and you'll get character skins too. And there's all things like a lot of the you can farm. Some of it's exclusively like you have to purchase it, but like most things in the game you're gonna get like skin wise, you can just farm it, which is really cool. So I think every time there's gonna be like a skin release, there's gonna be like one skin you can farm and one skin you have to buy only. So it's gonna be like really dope later on. So hopefully this guide right here, I know it's kind of long, longer than the videos I normally do. Hopefully this covers everything. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments and whatnot. If you are wondering like, hey Junior, like what are you gonna be pulling for? I noticed you have a bunch of currencies. I'm kind of waiting. There's not like really characters I want currently in the pool. Like Alpha is a big character I really want. She's really awesome. She's super fun to play. And it's like the one character I just played recently on JP is Vera. To me, like my favorite character, like so far that I've played with. And she's amazing. She's like crazy, like redhead, like a girl that's like in this thing is like, she's actually like out of her mind. And she's like really fun to play though. So I'm kind of like looking forward to like newer characters that are coming out in the future. I can wait a couple weeks. It's completely fine. We're gonna have new banners and whatnot. I'm just waiting for that. So that's why like I'm saving for those. I'm saving my 40 pull guaranteed S rank for that. Like when like Alpha comes out, hopefully she's gonna be in the pool and hopefully I can get her. We'll see. But that's kind of like what I'm waiting for. So if you guys are like also like we're like, hey man, you know, do I pull now? Do I do it later? Pull whenever you actually would like to, or if you're looking forward to stuff like a near collab in the future, all those things. Like take into consideration, we have like there's lists everywhere of like what characters are coming out. I can do another video on that, what kind of things to look forward to or whatnot, and it's like I'll help you out with that. But this is supposed to be the beginner's guide. This is supposed to help you out from the very start. So I hope you guys enjoy this game. Be patient. This game is like a more of a slow type of like, hey, I pluck away at it for a little bit, kind of like when you play Genshin and whatnot. Just kind of pluck away at it a little bit, go do something else in life, you know what I'm saying? Come back like, you know, I'll play like another hour maybe, or half an hour of some Punishing Grey Raven and come back and do that. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope this helps you guys out. I'll catch you guys on the next one. If you guys like the video, make sure you like it. If you're first time here and you're like, man, you know what, I want to see more PGR content in the future, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can you can go follow us and whatnot, and you can see like what's going to be happening here. If you have any comments, leave them below, and I'll catch you guys on the next time. Thank you.